Okay, here I want to give a quick demonstration of how you might add a photo to Google Earth, not as part of your placemark description, but as a standalone photo. And one way you might want to do this is if you have a great older photograph of a building and you want to contrast it with the current landscape. And just as a forewarning, Google Earth seems to struggle a little bit sometimes due to, I think, some formatting issues, but it should be okay. Anyway, this is the image I want to test this with. It's an image of Camberwell Green, the area of London where Vera was a nurse at the beginning of the war. And I'm going to try to juxtapose it with the current landscape. So for convenience sake, I've actually already gone ahead and marked this with a place mark, which I would highly recommend that you do too. That way you can always come back to it. Yeah, it looks more or less well, right. And now I want to go up to add. I'm going to go up to add photo, and then I'm going to get a chance to add my details about this photo. I'm just going to call it Camberwell 2 because I've already used it. There it is. And now I'm going to move this out of the way, and you can see it more or less lines up. And for the purposes of this demonstration, I didn't spend a ton of time trying to line it up and zooming in and tweaking things. You certainly can do that. As you'll see in the pane there, notice the bar that says transparency. You can change that to be clear. That'll help you line it up too. A snapshot of the current view, although I'm not quite sure that that always does the trick in Street View. All right, I went ahead and did that. And now you can see very carefully, I'm actually going to contrast the original place mark with the photo that I just added. Now, all right, you can see the problem, Google Earth sometimes has a hard time rendering street scene, street view for these purposes. But for your final project, for your tour, just place mark the current location and your new photo and go back and forth between the two of them, and that'll work just fine.